Hello YouTube. We are going to be doing some walking in some very hot weather. And as soon as I get across this street, I will tell us, well, I'll tell all of you where we're walking. Figured I'd walk the neighborhood in the hot weather. Easy way to get a walk done, but also not have to travel too far. So we are on 76th Street. We just crossed 14th Avenue. And we're going to be walking the side streets. Take a look at some of the houses on the side streets. We always pass side streets, right? We're always on the avenues or on boulevards or parkways, but very rarely do we walk down a lot of these side streets that we pass. So I figured, we'll walk some of these streets. So I'm thinking we'll do like 76th Street. Then go to 77th, 78th, and just keep going. And we'll stay between 14th Avenue and 15th Avenue. So officially, we are in Dyker Heights, Brooklyn. We are not in Bensonhurst. We're in Dyker Heights. You probably already saw the weather that I threw up there. It is hot out. It is 95 degrees. The only silver lining is that the humidity is low. It is at 35%, so it's not that hot. I mean, not that humid. It's hot. The heat index is really what I was getting at. The heat index is makes it feel like 100. So if the humidity was much higher, the heat index would be up around 115. So that's the only good thing, right? Yeah, it's been hot here for the last few days, and it's going to continue to be hot. And I think that's the story for the whole country, right? If you've been paying attention to the news, Arizona is under a pretty big heat wave. Everybody looks at Arizona and thinks, hey, well, that's normal for Arizona, but I think they said something like they have over 100-degree temperatures since June 12th. And they're going to continue to have over 100-degree temperatures for the foreseeable future. So it's been a month over there that they've had temperatures over 100. It's kind of crazy. All right, so we're on 15th Avenue and 77th Street. We're going to walk up this block. A lot of these houses are, they're multifamily homes, so they tend to rent out to people, but I would say that not all of them are multifamily. A lot of them are single family, where they'll have a certain, they'll have people living upstairs, downstairs, basement, you know, family members and stuff like that. A block with a lot of flags out. I like to see that. As you can tell, most people are inside, and as you can hear, most ACs are on. Now, I will tell you, when I'm walking up these side streets with a camera, you know, you're going to get looks, because a lot of the people here are like, why is this guy walking around with a camera and blah, 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 but free country, so. It's a guy on a bike, or yeah, it looks like a guy on a bike over here, and he is dressed with a hood and pants, and ouch. That's got to be hot, man. That's okay. I would think that dog wants a walk. I don't think anybody wants a walk in this weather. The thing with me is I had to get a walk in, not just, you know, for the channel, but exercise-wise. We're going down 78th Street. So yeah, I figured, you know, kill two birds with one stone. And get some stuff up on the site. Personally, I don't mind, you know, walking in the heat. That's for me, that's not the issue. It's just when it's like this hot, you know, last thing I want to do is be holding a camera and recording and stuff. So this is the time of year for me, like when we get into these heat waves, where I will tend to take a break here and there. So if you've noticed, you know, I haven't been doing my usual daily postings. So let's check out this patriotic dead guy. There you go. There you go. Look at that. We were looking for Uncle Sam and we found him. He's been here all this time. I wonder if he's got a camera in there. A lot of times people put cameras up in those decorations. It's a nice little house. You'll notice a lot of these houses on these blocks are, you got a lot of American flags, very patriotic, like myself. So it's nice to see. And we're getting back on 15th Avenue for a short little time here. So you got some popular mainstays over here that we're about to pass. So you got Romeo Meats. It's a very popular place where everybody gets their meat. So we'll do a walk across the street and check it out. But you got Romeo Meats, you got Leone's, and you got Papa Pasquale's. So this is Romeo's. Got Leone's. And then you got Papa Pasquale's over here, and you could look them up on the internet, but they do have their menu right out here, posted out here. This is their menu. So if you want, you could pause the video and read everything that they got. Or you could go to their site. But they make amazing sandwiches here. I've been getting sandwiches from that place since I was a teenager, so that's a long time. Got some people washing their car. We are on 79th Street now. There is a breeze, but it doesn't help much. When the temperature is 95, there's, you know, there is no there's no relief from these breezes, because it's like opening an oven door and you get hit with that warm breeze that comes out of the oven when you're baking something. That's what it feels like. I'm wearing some cargo shorts, and it is hot. I got on my t-shirt and cargo shorts, and I don't know what this thing is up here. I don't know what that is. Oh, you know what it is? So I don't want to turn the camera around and point it at her, but it's a big Barbie box. Hold on. I don't know if you could see that. It's like a Barbie box. Like you would stand in it and be a Barbie doll. I turned the camera around, but I didn't look. But then I noticed a car went. So I don't know if you guys got that, but whatever. That's what it was. It was a Barbie box. We're back on 14th Avenue. We're gonna just keep doing this. So we'll walk around, check out the houses. Got some relief here. Got a nice cloud that has decided to shade me for a little bit. That's called bunting. Patriotic bunting. It's like what they hang off of the rafters at Yankee Stadium during the playoffs in the World Series. Or anything, you know, patriotic during 4th of July. All right, so these houses are a little different down here. So we'll go onto this side. Take a look at these houses. I see an American and an Italian flag hung up here on a pole down here. We'll stay out here on the street so you can get a better view of the house without me having to pan. You can see some of these houses. And then on this side, you got some small houses. Seems like these are like those colonial style small 2-tier homes. I had a feeling no one was going to be out. I mean, who's, you know, a lot of people stay in. Either stay in or they're out somewhere at a beach in this kind of weather. There we go. And it looks like they have a patrol association on the block, so they have like neighborhood watch on this block. I tell you, a lot of these houses have cameras on them. And then I got a camera. So what does this say? 32-inch Sony TV in working condition for free. Call. Oh, I thought that was the TV. It's the TV dressed up as a ghost. That's what it looked like. It looked like a dresser or like a bedroom bureau dressed up as a ghost. Oh, we got some books over here. People do that a lot around here. They'll leave, I know in Bay Ridge they have like some people put like a little, like a, and it's not just Bay Ridge, it's everywhere. You know, you'll find sometimes some blocks will have like somebody outside the house will have one of those boxes with the little door with the glass window with a whole bunch of books in it. And what they like to do is encourage people to either drop their books off in there or take the books and read them. All right, now we're gonna now get up 81st Street. And this looks like we have some trees on this block, so I'll get some shade. We got some help from the clouds, and we got some help from the trees. Looks like I got a male person coming down the block. A male man. You know, the other day when I was doing the walk, maybe it was like, oh, you know, it was 4th of July. When I did the walk for that thunderstorm. I don't know if it made it on camera, but man, I walked by somebody that was delivering mail. It always reminds me, man, no matter what, they're always delivering mail. Blizzards, thunderstorms, nice weather, bad weather. You got a guy working, putting aluminum siding up on his house. Look at this, we almost missed this nice house right here. It's a nice house. Another nice house over here. Looks like the sun's been in that cloud for a while. I'd say the camera is hot. I'm holding it and I can feel it is hot. So it's another thing you gotta watch out for in this weather, man. These cameras, they get hot fast. I remember there was this, I don't know if it's still an issue, but with the GoPros, when you're shooting at 4K 60, man, those cameras in the heat, they shut off. Now, I don't know if they fixed that, but I know that was a problem back in the day. All right, now we're going down 82nd Street. And now on this block, as you can see, a lot of these houses are just row brick houses. Really no character to them. If you live on this block and you're watching this video, I apologize, but there's just, I mean, look, I mean, I'm calling it like I see it. I mean, it's just, they're just brick houses. I'm sure they're nice on the inside, but the outsides are just boxes. But you can kind of see, kind of get an idea that not every block is the same. You know, that's like a big misconception when you come into these neighborhoods down here towards the end of Brooklyn and Dyker Heights. You know, one block could have, you know, small row houses. Another block could have these kind of row houses, brick houses with the driveways in between, separating them. Then you had the block we were just on, had like nice colonial style houses. And a lot of these driveways are used. They do use these driveways. Typically, a lot of these houses share, you know, they have to share the driveway with next doors. So the driveway, so there's like no, it's kind of weird, there's like no backyard in the back. Well, there is a backyard, but there's no partition, so it's like open. We're getting back on 15th. That is PS204 over there, if I'm not mistaken. It is. I can see the sign now. School is out until September. Now, this time of year, you have summer school. I believe that's only reserved for like high schools, though. Now I got a woman walking the dog here. The dog looks a little feisty, so we'll see what happens when I walk by. It was peaceful. That was a peaceful dog. We're now on 83rd Street. So we've been basically lacing, what I like to say, lacing the blocks, right? Like lacing a sneaker, up, down, through, up, down, through. So we've been lacing the neighborhood. And we are now on 83rd, and you can see now what these houses look like. So got some brick houses with the stairs. Across the street, you have some brick houses with the patios and the driveways at the bottom. And then some of these brick houses with the staircases and the bay windows. You hear all those air conditioners going. Tons of air conditioners. Just, you could tell who's home and who's not home. Depends on like when you pass by a house. If, for instance, this house over here, the AC is on, so someone's home. That big one next to it is on, so. So you got an Amazon box over here. Somebody better come get that. Yeah, we'll cross over here. We got a car, so let me wait for it to go by. And that sun came out and it is hot. It's amazing like how much of a difference between being in the cloud and then shining. The temperature range is like 20 degrees easily. Of course, when I get inside, I'll take a nice cold shower. And I'll probably go on another walk later on this evening. I was saying earlier, this was my, generally I go out without the camera just for some exercise, and it's just when you start getting into these heat waves, I'll tend to go out earlier in the morning or late at night. Not late at night, late in the afternoon, early in the evening. But the time right now is around 2 o'clock, so we're in the peak heat moment of the day. So if it's gonna be like hot, this is as hot as it's gonna get. Now I haven't mentioned this, but I am in, I don't want to say I'm in my neighborhood, I'm in the general vicinity of my neighborhood. But I had a lot of friends that lives in these houses on these blocks. So a lot of these houses and a lot of these blocks are really been part of my life growing up. When you come over to someone's house, or there's a block party, these were the blocks that I was always meeting up with friends on, and the neighborhood really hasn't changed much. I was thinking about this the other day. It's funny when you're in all winter, right? And then that first nice day happens, or that freaky nice day like we had in April, right? So in April, it was we had 3 days of 90-degree temps in April, but everyone was out because you're inside all day, right? Well, you're inside every day. It's the winter. Who wants to go out when it's cold and stuff? And those first nice days happen and everyone's out. Doesn't matter where you go, everyone's out. But once you get into the thick of the summer, man, and this heat really starts working on you, nobody comes out no more. People have had enough. The dance academy across the avenue, that's been there for so many years, so it's been around for a long time. might start doing that. I might start walking around with an umbrella in the summertime. So this is the back of Outback. And I guess we'll end the walk on 86th Street 15th, which is a block over. So we'll walk around this block and that'll be the end. But anybody old enough that lived in this neighborhood or lives in this neighborhood to remember, this used to be a lumber yard. It was called Mar Lumber. M-A-R, Mar Lumber. And then eventually, you know, they went out of business and Outback moved in. Outback's been around since 2001. I remember they opened right when I got out of the military. I remember because I got to eat free. They always have good discounts for the veterans, so yeah, it's been open since 2001. But yeah, that used to be a lumber yard, and it still looks the same. Like, they really didn't change anything as far as the building. Just obviously the inside is different. But the outside is the same. Very sleek looking house. I hope I'm not making all of you hot watching this, if you're still watching at this point, because it is hot out here. Now I'm going to give you a little background behind the scenes. I was actually going to walk through Borough Park today. So I haven't been to Borough Park since I did the walk back in January. Actually, I've been in Borough Park many times in the last 6 months. I just haven't done the 13th Avenue part for like 6 months. But anyway, I'm rambling on. I was going to go there, and I said to myself, you know, it is 95 degrees, and the last thing I want to do is, you know, walk in that neighborhood. And obviously, you know, customary for that area, you know, the Jewish people, they wear like the full, like they're fully clothed, no matter what, all year round. You know, they wear the jacket, the hat, the shirt, the pants. And I felt like if I was going to walk down there on a day like today, I was going to feel very hot just seeing people dressed like that. So I decided, I was like, you know what, maybe another day. Because it is hot. Like, it's, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and complain and say it's like Arizona is, but, you know, it doesn't matter. Once the temperature goes up to 95, the Scarpacci Funeral Home, once the temperature gets into the 90s, especially like today, it's 95, man, it doesn't matter, you know. We are now on 86th Street. And we went from nice quiet neighborhood for the last, I don't know how many minutes we've been doing this walk, to now where it's a lot of traffic. It's Romantic Limousines. They are a limousine service. So they do all types of limousines, limo buses for parties, and they've been around for a while.
I know.
This used to be a catering hall back in the day. It's now a medical center. I remember back in the day it used to be a catering hall. I can't remember what the name of it was. But you had McCallie Terrace, which was next to Key Food, which is gone now. That's where that parking lot is, where they used to have the Walgreens. That is a Blue Jay squawking. Got AutoZone. I guess we'll wrap the walk up over here. We've been walking, wow, we've been walking 42 minutes. We've been walking really slow because it wasn't like we were covering a lot of distance, but here's the AutoZone. And then talking about the Outback, like we were saying, this is pretty much before Outback came here. This is what it looks like out here. So when you have the Mar lumber, obviously they did not have that big, awning that says Outback and all that. It was just flat, and it had like a Mar lumber sign there. And then out here was a parking lot / this is where they kept a lot of wood. So you'd have a lot of wood stacked up and stuff, and then you'd go in through the main entrance there, and you'd walk in, and it was just stocked full up to the ceiling with all different types of wood, and there was like a big counter in the front. But when Outback took over, they pretty much, obviously repartitioned everything inside and made it a restaurant. All right, so we are on 86th Street and 15th, and we're gonna call it. So hope everyone enjoyed this hot walk. People on a scooter. This is a father and a daughter on a scooter. But it is time for me now to get home and take a shower and cool off. I don't know where the next walk is going to be. Like I said, this is a time of year where I kind of cut down on the camera use. Instead of every day, it'll probably be maybe every other day. But it really, the way I do it, I tend to play everything by ear, so I could say I'm not going to do like every day, and then I wind up doing every day for a week. So, but I just wanted to give everybody a bunch of background in case they don't see anything coming on the channel every once in a while. It's just because it's that time of year where I kind of slow down a little bit. So, all right. Thanks for stopping by. Hope everybody has a great day, and see you all on the next walk.